Didi.
And this your girl CHANTA.
And this is
The Block.
Y'all, we have an amazing show for you guys today, and I'm excited.
Very much so excited to hear what our guests have to say today.
But before we get into today's episode, let's recap from last week's episode. Y'all, we went on the block.
We went, listen, we was in the neighborhood. You hear me? We had the opportunity to walk the streets and just, get the feel of being on the block. Actually, being on the block.
On the block. On the block. It got real.
It definitely did.
Baby, they had Auntie out there dropping it like it was hot.
Listen, we had a show last week.
Definitely have a show. But if y'all like those type of episodes where we go to their block, comment down below and let us know. He did sit on the couch with us, but if you guys watched, we went to his block right after. So comment down below and let us know how y'all feel about that.
So, how have you been? How have your week been? It's been a week, So how have you been?
Well, the 4th of July has came.
And we ain't think they better not pop no more firecrackers.
No more.
Hey, I'm gonna be a Karen.
I thought because it rained, I thought it wasn't gonna.
No ma'am.
It's bad.
No ma'am. That's not gonna stop nobody's show.
They ain't care.
Baby, the rain ain't gonna stop nobody's show. That's the tradition. They've been doing that for years. So
in the rain.
The rain ain't gonna stop.
It definitely didn't stop. Whew. But what about your week?
Ooh, it was a good week. Work, home, the normal routine. Friday's laid back, so little razzle.
That's it.
That's it.
You sure that's it?
Don't start. See, it's you in my business. But it was good.
It was good.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to talk about a plane, but we're gonna move along.
Oh yeah. We ain't gonna discuss that plane, So
we ain't gonna talk about the plane. Not today.
But another episode.
Another episode.
With me, I'm gonna be the guest.
You gonna be the guest?
Yeah.
We have something in store for you guys.
Yes, we do.
For the viewers, but we're not gonna put it out just yet.
Just stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right. I guess we should just go ahead and get into today's episode and bring our guests out. But we're gonna allow our guests to introduce themselves.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
What's up, man? It's your boy Greg, and I'm on here today with my homegirl Didi and CHANTA. They brought me on the board today, man. It's a pleasure to be here. We on the block today, so I came on here to tell my story.
Well, it's good having you.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate y'all having me.
How's your week been going?
It's been pretty good, man. It's been pretty relaxing and whatnot. Get ready to start school, so I pretty much this week, man, been pretty much laid back.
Okay. That's good.
Okay, so you just mentioned that you about to get ready to start school.
Right.
What are you about to start doing?
Truck driving school, going to get my CDLs and whatnot. I just finished getting my certification with ISSA for my personal training.
Okay.
So I finished that, so now I'm just moving on to something else, trying to grab many trades I can get.
That's good.
Jack of all trades, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's hey. Guess what? Multiple incomes is better than one.
Right.
So I feel you.
Right.
Absolutely. You want to grab that pillow behind you?
Yeah, get comfortable.
Yeah. You're on the block.
Okay.
Like loosen up a little bit.
Yes.
So tell us about you. Growing up.
Growing up, man, what can I start from? Just another kid out the neighborhood, just, like to run around, play football with everybody else. I grew up at, man, around here with the kids, that's when we used to play football at, running through around here, the new apartments, like back there, the field. That was our field till they built a house over there. That's the house I grew up in, that's my grandma's house, that's my house right there. A lot of my homeboys that's around here, their parents still stay around here, so it's like a lot of us still come back to the community because we still got attachments because our parents still right here. There's a lot of memories around here, you know what I'm saying? Like, even from this field right here where the church at right here, man, we used to play football up in here, you know what I'm saying? Even like that house right there, there been several people moved, but like growing up, it was this couple named Mr. and Mr. Johnson. We still called it the Johnson's house because that was the honey dripper lady house and whatnot.
We sure was asking about
No, you see, I looked at Sandra.
It was two. It was them And it was one right there, but that house got tore down over there though. But that was, you know what I'm saying?
You want to take us walking the walk down there?
Yeah, y'all, we drive. I drive. Yeah, this right here, little area, man. I used to be, you know what I'm saying? Like right here. It changed, but now, you know, it's like it's different. You know what I'm saying? You got a different crowd or whatnot, man. Like dudes I done growed up with, man. It's like, you know, now they no more. You feel me? Like some pretty much. She watched us grow up.
Miss Sylvia.
Yeah, me and her son was like since first grade. Like you know, you got one of them homeboys. Y'all growed up, man. Y'all always fighting each other. And like we'll go fight each other. Then like the next right after that, like probably 10 minutes later, we right by being homeboy. That was me and Bud. That was me and her son. We like this here to this day. We like this to this day. Tyler Street, man. Tyler Street known because it's like, you know, growing up it's always been like a whole lot of like drugs going, so they used to try to keep us off this street or whatnot. That's Auburn right there, man. They try to keep us off this street, especially like right there, but they used to try to keep us off this street right here and try to have us like in certain areas and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Like we was younger. Because that's pretty much what, you know what I'm saying? My auntie stay right there. My auntie right there, my auntie better, but the spot I'm finna take y'all to, man, it's right around here. Years ago, man, we used to hustle.
Is this the school you went to?
I sure went to Eugene J. Butler.
Eugene Butler right there. They say they done cleaned it up, man. It ain't the same.
Yeah, it's have all girls school and have all young men.
Oh, so they keep them separated?
Yeah, they separated.
Oh, okay. You crazy, man. It used to be like, especially at this store, man. There used to be a lot going on.
Oh yeah. Is it closed down?
Yeah, no, it be open sometimes. This street right here, man, where I used to be at, man. They changed up a whole lot. It used to be a house right there, right? They done tore it down. And it's like, man, no matter who moved in that house, we came with that house or whatnot. But we used to, you know what I'm saying, be in the backyard. Cousin stayed right there. My homeboy stayed right there doing time. But that apartment right there, that used to be our trap house right there.
Right here.
Yeah, that used to be our trap house. They done changed it up a little bit. Now they done, you know what I'm saying? It was another one over there across the street, but they tore it down also. But yeah, man, it was like I say, man, prison rescued me from a lot of stuff, man. It was a lot. Like, man, you look at the young, that's the elementary school I went to right there, SP Livingston.
SP Livingston.
Right. It was like, man, you see, like, man, the young dude is like they repeating the same cycles that we did or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So I try to like always tell them where I came from or whatnot, because a lot of times, man, they'll only listen to people that's like been where they at. You know what I'm saying? You know, like it take a certain type of person to reach some of these dudes out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they not listening to anybody. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, like, okay, they may hear like my name or whatnot, or remember me from back when they was kids. You know what I'm saying? And they might have heard of my name before, or remember me back when they was kids or whatnot. So they be more they be more inclined to listen to me. You know what I'm saying? So I always try to tell, you know what I'm saying, like I don't tell people my experience to glorify it or nothing like that, because, you know, end of the day, it ain't nothing I'm proud of. You know what I'm saying? I always tell people, like, you know, it's what I had to go through, but from that, now I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like now, for me making better decisions, this, you know what I'm saying, I'm prospering more. Back on Lower Street now. Man, there was a dude, man, house ain't up there. I used to get my hair cut from him, man, back when I was little, man. Mr. Saul, man. He used to cut all our hair, man. Saul used to mess my head up, man.
Oh, you used to be the one walk around with the soup bowl, huh?
Yeah, man. Listen, like, and you know, now I didn't pay attention to it till I seen an old picture. And it was like, you know, you got picture there and everything like that. Man, I looked at that picture, man, I was like, man, be messing my head up, man. No, I don't remember ever having like patches and that, but I'm looking like.
So you was the one thought you had a fresh cut.
Yeah, I thought I was clean. So I like, actually look Mikey like, nah, I actually went that clean like I thought I was. You know what I'm saying? He started having white people move around here. Nah, man, that's something that's like surprised me, whatnot. Can I squeeze through here? They be parking all crazy. My best friend stay right there, man. He doing, I think, 30 or 40 years or whatnot. I got a home, my homeboy stay right there, but my best friend, his mom stay there. And like, I always go around there to go, you know, go sit with her and everything like that there, because that's her only son.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, I always go around there and go sit with her and everything like that. And she looked out for me too during my bid, man. She like a spiritual mom to me. You know what I'm saying? She'd always see how I'm doing and everything like that there. Like, and you know, them words, man, on paper, like, used to mean a lot. It used to mean a lot being in there, man. Yeah, that's the neighborhood or whatnot, man. Just showing people everything, like, you know, stuff I done been through in this neighborhood. Like, when I show people, they don't be to glorify no foolishness or nothing like that. They'll really just tell people, like, where I came from and what brought me to the person that I am now, though. But, you know, that's pretty much like the neighborhood, man. From growing up from here, playing sports, running around as kids, fighting or whatnot. Then it also led into, like, the criminal life, the criminal side or whatnot, which I showed y'all, like, one of the houses we used to hustle out of or whatnot. But that's pretty much, you know, the neighborhood in a nutshell, though.
All right, y'all, let's get back into the episode.
And eventually, man, you know, with that, running around with hard heads or whatnot, getting in the trouble, you know, we come up getting in the trouble and stuff like that. And if it's not stopped at a certain point, it usually leads to something else. For me, it was incarceration. You know? Okay. But, yeah.
So how did it lead to the incarceration?
Well, I went to prison for armed robbery. I had 2 counts of armed robbery, and I had a violation of a gun charge. So I had a VOP. So, you know, prior to going into that, got into selling drugs as a kid or whatnot. So since I was a kid, I've been in and out. Just been in and out of trouble since I was a kid or whatnot. You know, I mean, that wasn't my whole story, because I mean, it was a lot of other stuff I was into as well. But it just made some dumb decisions. You know, I would say that I made some crazy decisions. I made good decisions as well, but I also made crazy decisions also.
Just being a kid.
That's
That's all.
That's part of
just being
up.
a kid, you know,
Right.
hanging. That's basically what, you know, what was going on, and just one thing led to another.
Right.
So how old were you when you got incarcerated? That was your first time?
No, that was my first time going to prison. So like at that time I was I just turned 21 when I caught that charge.
Okay.
I just turned 21.
Okay. So tell us about that. How did that happen? And, like going into that, going to court, and like how did that affect you? Like when the judge said whatever he gave you, let's get into that.
It was, you know, I hadn't got to the point where I had got pretty numb or whatnot. You know, I was like, I had a stubborn attitude. Like, you know, I was like, whatever happened, I ain't gonna let these people see me cry. You know, I'm gonna stand up, take it like a man or whatnot. I ain't gonna let them break me or whatnot. So that was my main thing. But at the same time, it wasn't that so that I was gonna be stubborn just because I was trying to be hard or a gangster, nothing like that. They just, you know, I realized mistakes I made, so I was like, you know, only thing I can do now is just man up.
Own up to it.
Right. So it's like, you know, and I'm one of the people like, man, if I mess up, I accept my punishment for it.
Right.
So that was the stage I was at, accepted my punishment, and I can't do nothing but move on. I can't take back what I did, so I was like, just, you know, I can't do nothing, just move forward now.
Demand accountability.
Right.
Okay. So when you stood there in front of that judge, I mean, how was the judge's attitude towards you?
Oh man, it was. I had a tough judge at the time. Judge David Gooding at the time, and he was a tough dude, and
You know about Jared Diddy?
and it was like, oh, you know, the how they paint you out to be, like they painted me out to be a menace, you know. And anybody that know me know I'm far from that, you know. And but this how they paint you once you get in that system. And they're gonna bring up all kind of charges that you got and embellish it, you know, to go along with the argument against you or whatnot. So that when he called out my sentence, I mean, they was calling out charges from when I was a juvenile, you know, and like
just like piling it up on.
Yeah,
Right.
but you know, like they be saying, you know, when you're a juvenile, it's supposed to stay supposedly as a juvenile, and then when you become adult, it's you know, it's not a clear slate, but you know, like it's a difference in juvenile and adult, but
it really
doesn't. They're gonna hold that against you.
And the purpose of them doing that, they was trying to make me out to be a violent criminal, whatnot. And because of that, because I had like gun charges back when I was juvenile, and so they used that also to try. Well, they didn't use that in sentence. Well, they kept bringing it up, like, well, yeah, you know, he had a gun charge when he was a kid, and now when he turned adult, he got another gun charge. Now he got an armed robbery, and so they kept bringing this up and to make me to look like I was a menace or something like that.
Before we go farther with your story, because Miss Chantel here forgot you a drink.
Yeah, listen, let me tell you, I got a drink. You know, we can't forget that. We can't forget that drink. You know, we sip on wine over here.
Right.
You know,
We sip on wine.
Today's choice is Stella Rose, Stella Pink.
Okay.
So we got to see how that do.
You drank wine?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
You ever had that one?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Oh Lord, here we go. Can you do me a pleasure? Because these hands not gonna let me. That's not gonna let me open it.
Next it was gonna be my teeth if I couldn't get it.
Any way possible.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to pour my guest drink first. So Didi, can you hand me his glass? Tell me when to stop, because you know I get a little heavy-handed.
That should be good right there.
All right.
Appreciate it.
You sure?
Yeah, that's
You just be ready
It be
for when
me.
I pour you your glass.
No, it be me.
Yeah, it's her.
yeah.
I don't drink, but I be trying to fill my guests up.
There you go, girl.
Ooh.
We.
She said we ain't wasting no wine today.
Listen, baby.
That's
See,
good. That's good right
there
now.
you go, right there, just to make it look. You ain't listen.
Look cute enough in the
Yeah,
glass.
just cute
Okay.
enough in the glass.
Okay.
Not me.
She doing
I'm
that.
gonna drink with you.
She'll
You hear
put
me?
her to the top.
No, I ain't gonna fill it to the top, but I'm gonna give
She gonna
give
drink
enough
with
to.
you. Yeah.
I'm gonna drink with you.
Okay.
I ain't gonna be stubborn.
See, she polite. She gonna drink with the kids.
I'm gonna drink with you, and I'm gonna move this off the table because I don't want it in front of us.
All right. So y'all want to take a toast?
Yeah,
Give a toast.
To the
I'm talking
block.
about take a toast. It's give a toast, right?
the block. Now that ain't bad, Didi.
Don't taste bad.
That ain't bad, Didi. So don't even do that.
Oh, man.
It's not strong
Nah.
or anything.
Wait, what I did?
Take another sip, Didi.
I ain't even take the first one.
Yeah, I know. That's why I gotta watch you
She
with
said
this left eye.
She said she ain't take the first one.
See, it's smooth. It ain't strong.
Now I'm gonna be honest. That is a lot smoother than all the others.
I'm telling you. See, I told you.
That is. It went so clean on my tongue.
That's why I say you gotta. First off, when it comes to wine, you gotta make sure you pick the right kind. Especially you don't drink.
Well, we gonna take a picture of that.
So okay, you don't drink. So you know we gotta get something good for you. We can't leave you out. We can't have you on the.
Oh, they care
coming
about-
to the block. You know
They care about me today.
we talk every day, girl.
Every day.
I can listen, y'all. I don't think we can go a day without talking to each other. We get so deep in our moment, we forget what
We do,
time
y'all.
it is.
We do.
Me and my co-host the same way.
I think we done.
See?
We really done got locked in for real.
Yeah.
Like we are really locked in.
Baby, when she don't answer that phone for me, I get an attitude.
Y'all, she went to Facebook
Blast.
on me the other day.
Told her, I know you see me calling that little piece of phone. You ain't call, baby. Siri know you.
I had told her she dialed the wrong number.
Siri know you by heart. Anyway,
Back
Okay.
to the story.
Okay. I got sentenced 3 different times.
oh,
Right. I got sentenced 3 different times. So it was like, okay, this how it went. When the first time I lost trial, I got sentenced to 25.
And you was 20 at the time?
I was 25, 21 when I failed, but when I got sentenced, because I was going back and forth to court, I was like maybe like 23, 22 at the time.
They made you wait that long?
Yeah, I was fighting for like a year and a half
Okay.
before I went to trial the first time. My conviction got overturned due to a trial error. So once I went back, I was waiting trial then. So now I'm, at the time I'd have been in like 7 years at the time. So when I lost trial the second time, this time I represented myself. I lost trial again. And what happened was the judge was finna sentence me to 25 again. But
Wait a
the
minute.
prosecutor,
So the first time, what did he sentence you to?
25.
25.
But it got overturned. So now I don't have time. So now when I get sentenced the second time, the prosecutor told the judge, well, when you any charge running with 10, 20 life, you have to run it consecutive. And so that went to like the 25-year sentence and the 15-year sentence for the violation of probation. They ran it consecutive, which came up to 40 years. So like, damn, I gotta do 40 years now.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
what
so
was your reaction like?
I'm like, whoa, man, it hit like that. It hit hard at that time because I was like, well, how am I gonna get up out of this now?
And that
You
was
know,
the 3 different
Because you was
sentences.
kind of like under the impression like whatever they give me, I'm a man, I'm gonna do my time.
Right.
But you was
You ain't
expecting
think,
like
yeah.
not no 40.
Yeah, I thought they was gonna re-sentence me to 25, which the judge was finna
Right.
do. And so I was like, dang, at this point, the only thing you can do is just, hey man, God, I need you.
Right.
You know, and so that was like the only thing that can help me, because everything I was trying to, and it is crazy, right? This go to show you, like, when God got his hands on you or whatnot,
There you go.
it's nothing you can do. Like I represented myself. I did law work or whatnot. I stayed in the law library. So I helped a lot of people get out. I helped dudes get out. I helped dudes get lesser time and everything like that. So, but when it came for me to help myself, I couldn't help myself. I got caught in the jam. So, man, I remember laying on my bunk, man. I'm just talking to God, man. I was talking to God like I'm talking to y'all. And it was one of those conversations where I was telling God, like, man, it's like, take me as I am. Because I was like telling God, I got a lot of flaws. I got a lot of stuff I like to do that's not please. Yeah, exactly. I said, I got stuff I still like to do. You know what I'm saying? So, man, if this, you got to clean this up then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he did that, and so, like, it was like a burden was taken off my shoulder and everything like that there. I wasn't really worried about it. I just, only thing I was doing is just, I'm going to continue to work on me, and God, work things out for me, you know. And things started falling in my favor and everything. I ended up, my mom was able to get me a lawyer. And it was crazy. It was nothing but God, because the whole time I was incarcerated, man. A lot of times, my mom on fixed income. So a lot of times she didn't have money to send me or whatnot. Did she do? She may send me a few dollars or whatnot, And so for her to be able to get me a lawyer, that was God allowed her to do that.
That's all he wanted, was for you to come to him.
Yep.
And when you did that,
He worked it out for you.
Right.
yes.
And the crazy part about it, when I went back to the county jail, right, I went back, right, to get resentenced because it was an error in how they sentenced me. The judge wasn't required to sentence me like that. He could have, but it wasn't a requirement. And so this is what he was under impression of. So once I went back, and so I was like, well, when I go before the judge, man, I try to see, can I get the judge to drop my sentence down to 15? So I went and talked to the judge and everything. He denied me, say, no, I'm going to run it back to 25. And that's what he said. So this was his word. And so I went by and said, well, I continue to work on my case. I got grounds to get a new trial. So I filed my, and it go back to what I was saying, like, I kept filing stuff. It was like, I get denied. Nope. I filed another motion. I get denied. And the crazy part was this. Each time I filed, they never argued the merits that I argued in my appeal. They argued something totally different. So I was like, why are they not addressing what I'm saying? They denied me what, and I said, it's all good. I ain't gonna stress it. So everything, they were trying to throw all kind of stuff at me to stress me out. I said, you know what, I ain't gonna budge. And I was waiting to get my release date. We get a release date, and it tell how much the day you get now. And I don't even remember the exact date. I should have brought it here because it was fall, the date I initially had. So when I came back to prison, it just said time to be determined. So I'm waiting. And when I finally got, it was like in November, I got my release date paper. And it
November,
said,
what year?
huh?
What year?
This was maybe like 19, 20, somewhere up in that year.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I get the release date, it said 12/12/22. So I was like, nah, this can't be right. This can't be right. Judge sentenced me to 25 years. Can't be right. I called my sister. I say, man, I emailed. I say, man, check and see when they say my release date is.
Mm-hmm.
She said the same thing. So my mom emailed. She said, you finna come home. You finna come home. I'm like, damn, is this real? So it was crazy. Like, cause we hear people talk about miracles or whatnot, but when it actually happened, it's like it's crazy.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable when you took that time out of all the things that was going on around you and you acknowledge God in the midst of your storm.
Right.
He answered your prayers, because you had not even said anything or called on him.
Yeah.
Your prayers wouldn't have been answered.
Right.
Your mother, like you say, your mother was like barely can send you money from time to time. She can send a little bit here or there, but to be able to get a lawyer, God working mysterious ways. That's people can say what they want to say, and they can have whatever belief they want to have a belief in.
Right.
But it's somebody up there.
Oh yeah.
That answers our prayers when we sit down and talk. Because when I talk just like I'm talking to you.
Right.
Hey, big man. Hey, I need you. This your battle. This not mine to fight.
Right.
You know, and that's basically hearing you is what I'm hearing you. That's what you were saying.
Right.
Like, hey, I can't do this by myself.
Right.
Everything I throw out there, they reeling it back in with nothing on the string.
Exactly. Exactly. It was crazy. It was a humbling experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I always been a humble person, but that even humbled me even more. You know, and especially like more so with my attitude towards life or whatnot. And you know, I look at life different, like, you know, how I approach things, you know, even like how I carry myself, like when I'm out, like, cause it's just that easy to fall back in, you know. So, and that's why I try to stay on the younger dudes that's out there, you know. Like that ain't the place to be in now.
No, it ain't. And it seems like nowadays so many of the younger generations is playing father the leader, or they're trying to fulfill a void in their life. They feel like, oh, if I run with this crowd, I'm gonna be this type of person. I'm gonna be hyped. They ain't gonna say this to me. They're not gonna say that to me. But when it comes to when that judge hit that what it is, that gavel, your friend's not there with you. Nobody's there with you but God. That's the only person who you're gonna be able to turn to ask for, hey, I need help. I'm in a bad situation. I understand what I did was wrong and was not pleasing to you, but I made a mistake. Now repeating the same mistake is no longer a mistake.
Correct.
It's no longer a mistake. It becomes a habit then.
Exactly. You pretty much put it into a way of life at that point.
Absolutely right. So, you know.
Sip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I'm so thankful. Like, man, I just going outside, like a lot of times I go walk outside in the morning. Man, I just thank God, because it's like I know I spent 15 and a half years in behind that fence, and it's like just being in. Sometimes you can't believe and you just in there in between the walls or whatnot. It just like it just give you a whole lot of time to think.
So when they told you to pack it up.
Oh man, listen.
Tell us about that. When they say pack it up.
Wait a minute. Before you go there, let's take it back. When was it with your mom?
He looked at it first.
When you looked at it and it said 12 of 22, and then you called and they said 12 22, and your mom said, "Baby, you finna come home." Like, I know you was just like, wow, something gonna come up.
Yeah, you know what I was thinking? I was like, man, I hope they ain't made no mistake. And I was kept praying about it. I was like, Lord, I hope this ain't no mistake. Like, I hope it's real, because, like, I had this used to always happen. I have a dream that I'm out. And it was like, I'm like, okay, I'm finally free. Then I wake up. I'm like, dang. And so then I started looking at it like that, like, man, that's God showing me a vision or whatnot. But I wake up disappointed. Like, sometimes I wake up in a good mood. Sometimes I'd be disappointed, like, man, I'm waking up to this.
But it was helping you change your thought process.
Right.
Yeah, it made you. It changed your thought process, because, like you say, if that scenario would not have happened, of you getting in trouble, doing what you're doing, and going to prison, you may not be here today.
I definitely agree. A lot of with a lot of stuff that happened around, like with people that I was around. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
So back to that question.
Now it's crazy, right? Because the last 2 weeks prior to me getting out, we was on lockdown,
Okay.
and
So wait a minute. So before you tell us that, did you ever talk to someone there to confirm it is 2022, or you just went on with hoping that it is?
well, they have like, okay, they put you in certain programs, like for example, like I can't even think of what it's called now. But like when you about to get out, you have to go through certain classes. They got to verify where you going to stay at and everything. So that was like pretty much like the confirmation or whatnot, because they get your ID, make sure you got certain stuff, and ask you who you going to live with.
So when they
Transition.
did that, you knew it was real.
Right. I said, oh man, I'm finally finna get ready to transition out of here. Yeah.
I know that was the best feeling in the world.
Yes.
Being there all that time, and then they said, ooh.
That first day was like probably like one of the best days of my life. Like, no cap.
Talking in the transition program?
No,
No,
for my
getting
first
out.
day home.
Getting out.
Right. Yeah. It was like it was crazy. It was but to your question though, it was like we was on lockdown. So man, I hadn't already gave away everything I had and everything like that. There, so sitting around and when the dude called me or whatnot, and hey man, I'm out of here. I grabbed my stuff, leave and everything, and when I went to the front, it was like, oh man, it was like it's finally here. Then
It's my time.
It felt good, man. It's like the picture when I got out. It's in my on Facebook on my page. You have to scroll down so far from it.
I'm gonna put it right here.
Right, but it was, man. It was like that was an experience, man. That was an experience. Like everybody don't have to experience that, but for me, that was a. Oh,
So when your bunkies and all of them, I mean, they knew ahead of time when you started going through the
they knew it.
transition?
Right.
How did they feel? I mean, that probably gave them some hope.
Yeah, they was rooting for me, because a lot of them, man, remember when I had 40 years or whatnot. A lot of them remember when I used to get up every morning and like go down to the law library. So they used to watch me go to the law library. You know what I'm saying? So they pretty much seen me like my ups and downs.
Yeah, and helping so many others get their sentence lesson, get released, but you still here. But then, you know, that probably was a joyous moment to them to see you, you know, finally make it after seeing you get pushed back so many times. So, you know, it gave them hope. Yeah, it gave them hope.
And a lot of times when you in there, like, you know, cause I went through that. Like, you see dudes get out, man. And I used to be so happy to see that happen. Like, dudes get out, you know, because it's like, man, dude, you get another you get another chance, man. You going out there, you get to live your life through us. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We get to live through you or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So it used to be a good feeling to see that happen. You know what I'm saying? It used to bring a lot of good energy in the dorms when that happened, seeing somebody get out.
That's good. That's good. Like we had like 2 segments of guys that had been incarcerated and had did a substantial amount of time, and one of them said that when he got released, he said he took a lot of stuff for granted, you know, back in the days. He was like, but to put his feet on carpet, he said to put his feet on carpet was the best feeling in the world. To open up his mom's refrigerator was the best feeling. He said that type of stuff he would never take for granted again.
Oh yeah, they're like the small stuff, because man, you might be in there just with stomach pains or something like that. You like, man, you hungry. Hey, you know what? You may have the money to buy what you want to buy, but if they don't open the door to let you go out there, you stuck inside. And like I say, man, it be the small things we take for granted. For me, one of the things, like I remember being on the phone and I heard a baby crying in the background. Anybody know me? I love kids. Heard a baby crying, I'm like, and I talked to my grandma. I say, Mom, who that is in the background? She say somebody had their baby around there. And I'm like, dang, it was like, it felt like home. You know what I'm saying? Because
you don't hear that.
Yeah, you listen to a whole lot of bunch of men cry, grown men crying there. You know what I'm saying? But hearing a baby, just the sound, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's a whole nother, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy though.
Well, that's a blessing. You here now.
Yeah, you made it. You did it. You did your work that you needed to do to get out of there. The biggest thing that's sticking to me is when you ask God, you gotta help me.
Yeah.
You gotta help me up out of this.
And
you gotta
he did
help
it.
me up out of this. He made you wait. He probably humbled you even more in the process.
He
But
knew when
got
it's your time.
yeah, he did it on time.
Yeah.
Right.
He did it on time.
It might not be our time, but he gonna do it on his time.
Yes, ma'am.
And you know what's crazy? Like, and it was like I had went through this transformation, right? Where it's like, it was like, man, I was talking to God. It was like, man, you know what, man, whatever happened gonna happen, whether I'm in here, whether I'm not. But I know you calling me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna continue to deal with myself, you know, and do right. Whether you let me out or not, I'm still gonna do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was more bigger than me just getting out. It was just like me just, you know, doing what's right, serving God and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Because it was other kids that was out there, man, people that looked up to me that, you know, I had to help out and everything like that. Them, because, you know, being in there, you got a lot of young dudes coming up. And it was just like when I came in, and you had older dudes might take us up under their wing or whatnot, be like, hey man, Jit, man, you need to chill out. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm telling you, you practicing bad habits, don't start doing that. And they talking from experience.
Yeah.
And I ended up adopting that same role, helping like young dudes out or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Instead of them like doing crazy stuff, they'll come and work out with me or what. Or like if I go to church, they'll come to church with me or whatnot, things like that.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
Did Shahai go to church with you?
Yes, he did. He did at times. He did. He used to come to my room a lot, and me and him used to just be clowning, man. You know, cause he's a very good dude, man. You know, he's very, very humble or whatnot, and in spite of his size, cause he's a big dude. He's real humble. You know, he don't use his size to try to bully dudes around or whatnot. And he did used to come with me sometimes or whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
You say you like his. Well, you said you was his big bro. You was
Right.
his big bro.
Yeah.
He definitely said that.
Yeah, he was a good dude, man. I hope the best for him. I hope the best for him.
He's getting his mind together, and now he's hoping for the same thing that happened to you to happen for him. And it's gonna happen.
Right.
Because he's believing it.
Right.
Yeah. Back then he didn't see that, but now it's clear to him. He's seeing it, and then God is allowing him to see certain things now that he didn't see back then.
Right.
So it's coming. We don't know when, but it's coming.
Yeah, a lot of times we don't know when.
Yeah. Like how you were saying about how you was doing everything. And that's what I try to tell him, like, he trying to do everything or find ways to do this or who can do that. And I had to talk to him to tell him that stop focusing on what man can do.
Right.
And talk to God and allow him to do it. So he's been building his relationship with God.
That's good. That's good.
That's great.
Yeah, he's been doing that. So tell the people where you at now and where they can find you.
Man, y'all know, man, I'm always on Facebook or whatnot. Greg Mattox Jr. That's pretty much my personal page, but I also got like I do sports podcasting and whatnot. Me and my cousin Joe, and you see him on Joe Oliver. But our podcast is the co-pilots. It's on First Class Media on YouTube. And, you know, we pretty much talk about sports and everything like that. We're big on sports. And that was a plan we had when I was locked up. We had came together. I called him collect. And it was something I was thinking about and he was thinking about as well. So I'm like, well, damn, I'm just thinking about the same thing. So we put a plan together. And once I got out, we strategized everything. And now we've been pretty much like over a year strong, like a year and a half strong now. And you know, we constantly getting better at it and everything like that there, man. We've been having more supporters and everything like that. So that's one of the things I've been into, mostly that. Like I was saying earlier, finna start truck driving school to get my CDLs. I have my personal training certification and everything like that. And I pretty much been out here enjoying life, man.
That's good. You deserve it.
I've been enjoying life.
So you say you love kids. Do you have kids?
I have none, but I have a bunch of nephews and nieces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a bunch of nephews and nieces.
One day.
Yeah, one day it's gonna happen. Yeah.
One day.
So that's another like a lot of times a lot of them play sports. So when they be having like baseball games, football games, I go out in the park and watch them play.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. The younger generation, they need that support system. They need to look up in the stands and see the love, you know, from men. Some of them don't have a daddy to sit there and support them. So for you to do that, that's an amazing thing to show up for them.
My dad ain't come to none of my games, so you know, anytime I can be like another father figure because
right.
You know, like they had this saying, it take a village to raise a child,
Yes,
which
it
is
does.
true. You know, because a lot of times, like the young men, they fail because it's not a lot of men that's giving guidance and everything like that. And that's the problem, especially in the black community.
Right.
They following what they see.
Right. And you know, like I say, man, a lot of times we tend to follow entertainment and everything, and a lot of times that's a facade.
Yeah.
You know,
for sure.
A lot of them don't even let their kids listen to the music that they put out there.
Yep. True. That is.
And we look at the reality of it. A lot of those guys that try to live up to the lyrics that's being out there, it's like a lot of them end up they lucky if they go to prison like I did.
Right.
You know, because the end result could be you never see them again.
That's the truth.
Yep, that's it. That's a sad situation. You hear how he said that? You'll never see them again.
Never see them again.
And to say prison can really save someone's life.
Mm-hmm.
I think the longest, we had someone on the podcast that did prison time. I think the longest was 11 years.
I think so.
Yeah, 11 years.
I think that's the one I was just looking at. He had like a blue jersey on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember because I was watching it because I was like, I had some of the similar experiences and whatnot. When he was saying like gangs try to recruit.
I was just about to ask you
the 3 G's.
I was just about to ask you about the 3 G's because he definitely said that.
Gangs, gangs, gambling, and gays. Yeah, they tell you to stay away from that. And my cousin told me that before I went to prison.
Mm-hmm.
He was serving a 10-year bid, so I took heed of that. You know, as far as gambling, you know, it is at times I'd have gambled, but minorly or whatnot because like I'm big on sports, so I like to play football pools. I love to bet on sports, but I fell back from there. But definitely games, I never had no problem with it. They had but like games like I had games try to recruit me or whatnot.
But when you first went in, you were small though.
I was actually eventually but like I ended up before I went to prison I had to put on weight because when I got locked up before I went to prison I had to start putting on a little weight.
Oh, because you did say you was there for like a year or so.
About 2.5 before I went to prison.
Oh yeah, you had them put on weight.
Yeah, but yeah, they tried to recruit me or whatnot. It wasn't nothing I wanted to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say no, I mean, do they react in a bad way?
Nah, they ain't. I mean, certain people they might like if like they see somebody they trying to put down on or whatnot. Cause they have people they might apply pressure on. You know, they pretty much play like mind games.
Yeah.
And they might apply pressure on a certain person or whatnot. Then he end up being down with that gang, or they make him think that he with them just to like get money out of him or something like that. But no, I didn't have that problem like with them trying to like
make you be in a gang.
Nah, yeah, I ain't, they came, I actually went, I'm straight, bro, like, yeah.
Okay.
That's good. You got a strong mind.
Yes.
That's good. Well, you're doing good. You're looking good.
Yes.
And hey, hopefully one day you have them churn.
Yeah, man, hopefully.
You have them kids. If God can do that, guess what? Yeah. If he can get you up out of there, he can make you have a child.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he been blessing me tremendously since I've been home.
That's great.
Life been a blessing since I've been home.
You told him you want a child?
Who that? God, yeah. I told him that.
It'll happen.
I told him that.
It'll happen for you.
It'll definitely happen for you. Well, we want to thank you for coming on the block with us.
Man, I appreciate y'all for having me, man. I appreciate y'all for having me.
It was a joy. It was a joy to sit here to listen, to basically get the education from you of the experience that you have experienced. while you were in there. You know,
Yes.
like the turmoil that you went to, because as you know, like the system, they try to paint all black people as menace, and you know that might not even be the case. You know, you got in a bad predicament, you did something wrong, and they're gonna destroy your character by bit by piece. So they're gonna keep their evidence to be able to pile it up on you to make others see this is a horrible monster.
Right.
He don't deserve to be on the street. Lock him up.
Right.
But you made it out.
You made
You
it
made it
out.
out. That's God.
Yes.
That's God. That's
mean,
an
but
amazing
it-
thing.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's it.
If you have a message for the younger guys out there.
Yeah, man, you know, I always stop and tell the young dudes, man, like, streets is definitely not worth it or whatnot. You know, we look at this fast money and look at like, okay, we can make a couple of thousand in a day, or you know, whatever the time frame is, but it's gonna lead to the same thing. It's a revolving cycle, man. It always lead back to the same thing. I don't care how smart you think you is, how tough you think you is. It's gonna lead to the same thing. If you lucky, you would end up in prison. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people that I had friends get killed out there. I had friends, you know, that's doing life sentences or whatnot. That's, you know, people that was close to me, you know, that I didn't get a chance to see once I came home or whatnot. You know, some of them that used to come by and send my grandma money to make sure I had money while I was up the road. And once I got out of it, I didn't get a chance to see them no more. So, you know, I remember grandma telling me, she say, man, all your friends gonna be gone by the time you get out. I was like, man, I hope not, you know. But man, like, the best thing, like I say, man, stable. If you got something you motivated to do or whatnot, man, that you got a passion for, stick with it, man. No matter how long it take, you know. Like I say, man, don't get caught up in the foolishness, man. With these people, they'll sell you a dream. You know, we sit and watch these rap videos or whatnot, man. And thinking this is what it is because it look glamorous, but the end result, you know, they selling you something. They selling you a product, something that's gonna lead you to destruction and whatnot. And I'm not saying all rap music is bad or whatnot, but we listen to the stuff they talking about, you know, like the little era, the drill music or whatnot. They just got out, and we see the end result. You know, people losing family members, people losing their lives or whatnot. You know, you know, that's serious when you have to go to a funeral, you know, something because one of your homeboys and got killed or whatnot. So, you know, just stop and think about that, like, you know, because in a lot of these situations, when you look at the root of a lot of these situations, it always boils down that it started with something very small that could have got avoided, you know. So just think about that, man. Work hard, man, you know, like, I've been out here working hard and things been falling in my lap, man, just by me working hard, man. So let's say, man, you can make something out yourself without selling drugs and robbing or being in the streets.
I think they see the flashy cars, the money, the jewelry, and they want that.
Right.
And they feel like that's what they have to do to
You get it working.
Yeah.
Like you can get it working. Like, you know, the only reason I didn't start my own business up yet, and I haven't even been out 2 years yet. The only reason I haven't started my own business up yet, which I was finna do or whatnot, because I didn't have my TWIC badge or whatnot, and like for us, like what I was gonna do, I would have had to go on a military base, and when you have certain felonies, they won't allow you to or whatnot. So it would have made it that much harder with me trying to find like different routes and everything. But like I say, and like I said, I could start my own business or whatnot, but it's just off me working, going to work, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I didn't have to do anything illegal. I didn't have to sell drugs. I didn't have to rob. I didn't have to steal. I was just out here working hard or whatnot. That's all I did, you know.
Well, y'all see, you can be an honest man and get what you want, start your business. But again, we want to thank you for coming on the show.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. I apprite y'all.
We appreciate you for coming here and delivering your message.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Y'all make sure y'all check us out, man, on YouTube, First Class Media, the co-pilots. You know, me and my cousin Joe, we constantly putting out sports content.
Maybe we'll go sit on the podcast. With
Yeah,
them.
he
Yeah,
come out, check
you
us
know,
out. You know what I'm saying?
sit on
Matter
there
of
and
fact,
talk
he's
about
a
a little
Jags
sports.
fan.
Yeah,
Jags fan, you know.
But we got to come on there and give some commentary on the Jaguars.
Oh, listen, I'm gonna set it up. You know what I'm saying?
Set it up. Y'all
Gonna
heard
set
them.
it up. Yeah.
The block on somebody else's block again.
The block it on over there on the pilots.
Yeah,
With the
co-pilots,
co-pilots.
yeah.
The co-pilots.
We flying high.
Yeah. Better
I
know
know
it.
that's right. What a blessing.
Yes.
What a
That was
blessing.
an amazing story.
Yes.
Well, you know, like his message, you know, like having to go through all that,
Yes.
number one. And again, you know how the system do. They try to paint all our black men as a menace, as a monster. And, you know, especially when it's your family member and you know that person, they just made a simple mistake. They're not a monster, they're not a menace, you know, and he learned from his mistakes.
And that's the best part. He learned. He did the time that was required by God and not man.
Yes, sir.
And he was able to come
And
home.
then you know what I like too? When he realized that he was finna go to prison or whatever, he said to himself, I know what I did was wrong. Hey, whatever come my way, I'm with it. I'm head up, chest out. I'm gonna face it like a man.
Absolutely.
And he did just that.
I just love hearing stories about how God showed up.
Yes.
Like, just hearing it, that just does something to me.
Mhm.
Just hearing how God shows up. Because I've experienced God showing up. And to hear someone else experience, it just does something.
Listen, the best feeling in the world is when you know that your battle is already won. I experienced near death. 24 to 48 hours. But guess what? I sat back and I said, hey, I ain't scared.
God did.
I'm going to make it through.
Oh,
And
that's
look
right.
at me now. Wouldn't even be able to tell nothing was wrong with
That's
me.
right.
I'm
God,
still
they
pushing.
say, God did. Look, we're gonna drink the her.
Girl,
We ain't gonna drink.
Did
We're gonna toast to her,
girl.
looking like not looking like what she been through.
Whew. Cause it was a war zone. But baby, guess what? I'm a soldier. I ain't
I know
laying
that's right.
down.
With the body of, oof,
I ain't laying down. It's gonna take a lot.
oh my God.
It's gonna take a lot to lay me down.
I know that's right. All right, y'all. We're gonna catch y'all on the next episode, cause we're gonna go ahead and end this so we can get us a bite to eat, cause we hungry.
Yeah.
We hungry.
And this one right here, she
See y'all next time on
The Block.